Did you ever think about that how you were brought up as a child is influencing your eating and exercise behaviors? Today, we're going to talk about how to lose weight and gain energy by reprogramming our behaviors. Now, many experts believe that children develop habits and patterns by the early age of 9. So what does this tell us? Well, I see this when I work with clients, right? A lot of clients still have patterns and habits that they had or that were instilled in them as a child. And sometimes they are positive, but most of the time, these things are negatively affecting them hitting their fitness and their wellness goals. So can beliefs be changed? Absolutely, but it takes a lot of work, focus, and discipline. So I always like to refer to the fitness frequency, which is the level your body operates on that allows you to live a happy, a healthy, and a productive life. And my goal for my clients and you here today is to keep you at the higher end of that frequency, where you're eating less processed food, more fruits, more veggies. You're waking up early, getting in a workout. You're just feeling good. And we're not always going to be at that high end, but when we increase our good and positive habits, you're going to be more likely to stay on that higher end of the frequency, even if you fall off track a little bit. So think about as a child, what things maybe have influenced you that you still do today. I know as a child growing up in the 80s, we ate a bunch of processed foods. We had Kool-Aid, TV dinners, iced tea, soda. Who remembers that, right? Dessert, I think dessert was every single night, eating from the ice cream man or maybe an Entenmann's cake. But the patterns of having those snacks, to me, were always there. So I had to work a little bit to break those habits of snacking, of having dessert all the time, and maybe supplement them and change that up with something more healthy. But on a bigger scale, let's think of some patterns that we may do today that are negatively affecting us from reaching our goals. So think of your childhood, think of your past, think of how you operate on a day-to-day basis, right? Do you put salt on your food before you even taste it? Do you eat standing up or kind of rushing around? Are you eating too fast? How about this one? Do you ask for extra bread at the restaurant just because it's free? We've all been there, but is that a good pattern we want to instill if we want to reach some fitness and wellness goals? Probably not. How about shopping or stocking up on processed items just because they're on sale, right? It's a bunch of garbage, but it's 3 for 1, so we might as well stock up on it. Staying up late and limiting sleep to binge watch, that's also a pattern or a habit that may have been instilled in us. Always finishing everything on your plate. I remember I had some friends, they weren't allowed to get up from that dinner table until every piece of food was gone, or they weren't allowed to have a drink until they finished everything at their plate. So eating until stuffed. How about Friday nights always equals pizza night? Did the weekends equal fast food? Because nobody's cooking on the weekends. Do you or have you been rewarded with sweets for doing something good, or when you were sad, do you use food as a reward? How about consuming extra calories from drinking alcohol, juice, soda, and comfort eating due to low self-esteem, just kind of feeling blah or at the low end of the frequency? How about overeating in social situations or just mindless eating, right? Not really being aware of what we're consuming. So how can we overcome some of those things I just mentioned, overcome the program that was instilled in us or patterns that we may have picked up along our life and make changes, right? There's also patterns that we could have picked up because of our situation. So I'm going to give you a couple tips to take with you. If you can grab a pencil, a pen, and write down some notes, some that really pertain to you. And if you could implement one of these habits a week, you're going to be on your way to the higher frequency. So using smaller plates and eating until only 80% full. That's a good habit. That's going to keep you towards your goals. Avoid distractions when eating. Increase your fiber intake, right? We need fiber for digestion and to help us fuel our body. Also, eating protein with every meal is key. Having a plan. So maybe using a meal service or on Sundays, prepping the meals for the week where you're not wasting food, right? So we don't have to be forcing our kids to eat everything on the plate because we're going to maybe use some of those ingredients for tomorrow's lunch. So we don't feel guilty wasting food. And groceries are expensive, so no one can afford to waste food these days. Another tip is slow down when eating and sit at the table. Now, digestion, the process of digestion starts as soon as you start, really when you see the food. You start getting the saliva in your mouth, and those enzymes start to break up the food. It breaks down the carbohydrates into sugar. When we don't chew the food, we have such large pieces that you can't really digest them. So now you may have gas, bloating, constipation, and you're not getting the nutrients, so your energy levels are lower. So remember, digestion starts in the mouth. So sitting down when eating, chewing our food slow is key to helping us achieve our goals. And how about trying some new foods, switching it up, right? The same old meal every single day. If that's not working for us, let's go ahead and add fruits, vegetables. Colorful food grown in the ground is great. Planning your meals for the week is key. How about replacing coffee with healthy, fresh fruit? I just had a client who is starting to juice. She's having celery juice. She doesn't like the taste, so she's supplementing it with a little bit of carrot, ginger, and kiwi in there. And now her coffees from a couple a day has been to one small coffee in the morning. And then at that 3 p.m. slump, she's reaching for a healthy juice, which is going to give her more nutrients to get through the rest of the day. Another suggestion I have is getting a blood test by your doctor or a functional doctor to see if you have any deficiencies in vitamins, in what supplements you may need, and also if you're sensitive to any specific foods, because this is going to tell you if your body is lacking something and what you may need to supplement. Very key, because this can avoid overeating. It can avoid reaching for crappy food because you just feel such fatigue that you need a pick-me-up. Why are we making these changes? To save our bodies, our minds from inflammation, right? From eating garbage, from practicing behaviors that are not benefiting us and moving us toward the higher end of the fitness frequency. So not only do we have to think about nutrition when it comes to the frequency and our habits, but also quality sleep, hydration, and exercise. So all of these things are going to influence us to live a happy and healthy life. So I want you to go ahead, write down 5 habits, patterns, whatever it may be that you feel have been with you for a while, whether it's from childhood or from later on, that are inhibiting you from taking that next step towards your goals, whether it be staying up too late, not drinking enough water, drinking too much coffee, not working out at all. Write down your 5 goals, and I want you to each week focus on a few steps that can help you eliminate those patterns, change those patterns, and flip them around to your benefit. If you have any questions, post them down below or send me an email at info@workouthotel.com. If you're looking to be a part of community where we work on these things and we focus on positive patterns and habits, check out my Fit Club, where I give you workouts live and on demand, and we work at getting to the higher end of the fitness frequency. Have a beautiful day. Have a blessed day. Keep working hard, and remember how important your mindset is to get through the process of reaching these goals. You can do it, friends. Let me know what you're going to conquer first. I will see you at our next workout or a video just like this. Have a beautiful day. Bye.